Hey everybody, glad you could join us again today for another episode of Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. Today, all the way from New Delhi, India, we have Professor Rao. Listen in and listen close. Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. This episode of Marketing with Russ is brought to you by Southpaw's Pizza and Sports Bar in Albany, Oregon, and the Oaks at Lebanon Retirement and Assisted Senior Care Living. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. I am glad you're all here today, and today I have an outstanding guest from halfway around the world in New Delhi, India. Today my guest is Professor M.S. Rao, PhD, and he is the father of soft leadership. He is incredible with his leadership, an international leadership guru. He's a keynote speaker. He's an author of like 49 books. I'm on my first book and he has 49. That is outstanding. Welcome, Dr. Rao. How are you doing?
Thank you for having me. I'm doing good. I'm speaking from India.
Yes, I tell you, a really good connection from India. So I'm just so glad to have you on today. You know, we're going to let you tell a little bit about yourself. But before we do that, I just wanted to remind everybody that my name is Russ Hedge and I'm coach and motivational speaker. And I love to connect with people. This podcast is all about how amazing people connect. And so today we're going to talk to one of those people, Professor Rao, and I'm really excited about that. But if you want to get a hold of me and get more information, the best way to get a hold of me is through my website, and that is russhedge.com. Real simple. It's got links to all my social media, every way to get in touch with me. So if you want to get a hold of me, russhedge.com is the way. So without any further ado, we're going to go straight to Dr. Rao. Dr. Rao, I am so glad to have you. Tell me a little bit about yourself and where you came from.
I was born in a toxic family where my father was a litigant and an alcoholic, and my mother is a naysayer with a negative attitude. Uh, and we belong to a poor family background. And I used to support my father who had a tea stall. So you call it as hotel or restaurant, whatever it is. So he had a tea stall. So since I am the elder son, I used to support my father in tea stall. Sometimes washing the dishes, sometimes collecting the cash, sometimes serving food to the customers, serving tea to the customers. So like that, I was doing it, and these things I was doing after I come back from the school. I have been passionate about education and learning since my childhood. Unfortunately, my parents were not in a position to provide me education. Then I joined the Indian Air Force. Indian Air Force is the organization I admire the most in my life because it pulled me out of the toxic family, and it gave me an opportunity to become a healthy citizen, a leader, and yeah, a person with a very positive and right attitude. So at the age of 18, I joined the Indian Air Force. And after I joined the Indian Air Force, I started developing interest in leadership. Then I completed my graduation after I joined the Indian Air Force. I acquired my degree. Then I did my post graduation. I acquired many qualifications in the Indian Air Force. I joined in the lowest rank in the Indian Air Force, and I was getting very less salary. So out of that salary, major portion I was sending to my home. What are the little money I had that I was using for my education. So in this way, I became postgraduate. I acquired around 6 qualifications. So then what happened? My father-in-law invited me to join business. He's doing a trading business. So I left Air Force and joined his trading business. Then he backed out, and brother-in-law has backstabbed. Then I left business. Then I got into teaching field. So I became a faculty member. I joined for a PhD in the year 2007, and by 2011 I completed my PhD in soft skills. So in the year 2010 I became an author, and I started writing books. Within a span of a decade, I have written 60 books. 49 have been published.
You are just an amazing man. I mean, that's an amazing story, that where you came from to where you are today. This is what I love about yours, is really a success story and all that you've accomplished. And what I really like in looking into what you're all about and reading part of one of your books on soft leadership is all about how you are there to help people, lead by example, and you are the kind of person that people want to look up to. And I think that is so commendable.
Thank you. Thank you.
As you talk about, all are equal, people are people, and when you treat them the way you want to be treated, you get so much more from people. And I think that's so important. And, you know, because I am all about connection, I think as you're talking about bridging the gap and connecting the generations, it's so important to have common ground where we can connect with our employees, with the people that we're working with, or even with our customers in the businesses we have. So it's important to, as you bridge that gap, make that connection with people. And I think you're doing a fabulous job of doing that.
Thank you.
You bet, you bet. So we talked a little bit about technology. This whole time, the pandemic has changed things for everybody. And you are speaking and doing things all the time. And the pandemic has changed that a little bit. Give us a couple of minutes on what you've done to adapt and pivot during this time.
This pandemic has thrown the world out of gear, and many people have died because of this pandemic. It's a threat, and the World Health Organization has declared it as a pandemic globally. So undoubtedly, this COVID-19 is a threat globally. But it's since we are leaders and we are coaches, we must know how to convert this threat into an opportunity. So what I have done is, during the global pandemic, I became more creative and productive because I stayed at home only because of the global lockdown. So I became more creative and more imaginative. Then I wrote a research paper on COVID-19, and it was published by an international journal. Then I got inspired by the research paper. Then I have authored a book on COVID-19. So I'll show you the book.
Yeah, show me the book. Let me tell you, while you're getting your book, Professor, you're inspiring me.
Yeah, thank you. This is a book I have written on COVID-19, Human Search for Humanity. So this book has been published a month back, and it's getting a good response. So I have converted the global lockdown a threat into an opportunity by becoming more creative, more imaginative, and by authoring a book like this.
Because people like you that are continuing to learn and adapt and take advantage of technology. And I think the connection, we have drawn closer and closer together. And, you know, you and I talked before this interview, we have a lot in common. We're early risers, we're family men, you know, and you find that across the world, there are people that have a ton in common with you. And it's just amazing to have those opportunities. So I could keep talking, but we got to wrap things up today. I want to give you an opportunity to show a couple of your other books and give us your contact information.
Yeah, this is the book I have written. This is one of my best-selling book.
See the light in
you.
Yep.
For which His Holiness Dalai Lama has written a foreword. This is one of my favorite books because this is required. This book is on mindfulness and spiritualism, and this is more required in the wake of COVID-19. This book I have dedicated to the Vice President of India, Mr. M. So I love this book, and I encourage your listeners to purchase this book on Amazon. If they Google, when they Google this book, See the Light in You on Amazon.
On Amazon.
With my name, Professor M.S. Rao. M means motivation, S means success, Rao Rao. If they Google, they can find this book.
Perfect. Perfect.
And apart from this, I am available on social media platforms. I am very strong on social media platforms. When people type on search engines, Professor M.S. Rao. M means motivation, S means success, Rao Rao. If they type on search engines, they can find my LinkedIn, they can find my Twitter handle, they can find my blog, which is more important. My blog name is Vision 2030 1 million global leaders. Let me repeat, Vision 2030 1 million global leaders is the blog I have, where I share free quotations, free knowledge regularly with the world. So people can subscribe to my blog, Vision 2030 1 million global leaders, so that they can get a lot of free knowledge. I don't charge any money. I don't have money, but still I share my knowledge free with the world. So they can get a lot of free knowledge, and also they can find my YouTube channel where they can find the interviews. So they'll be finding more and more interviews in the times to come. So these are all the platforms I'm very strong, so they can get free knowledge, free stuff. And I was born to share my knowledge free with the world. I would like to be remembered by the future generation that there was one Professor M.S. Rao who shared knowledge free with the world despite having financial challenges, despite being born in a toxic family.
Well, I appreciate you being willing to share that knowledge. And I think God really gifted you with that ability and the ability to really connect with people. And boy, I tell you, it's been a pleasure getting to know you and talking. We're connected on social media, and I definitely want to stay in touch. And we'll make sure and can put all that connection information in the show notes so people can get a hold of you and learn more, because I know they're going to want to know more. So again, thank you so much, Dr. Rao. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
I thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share my knowledge with the world free. I express my gratitude to you personally.
Thank you. I express my gratitude to you too. And it's the beginning of a new day for you, because you're a day ahead of us. So I just hope you have a fabulous day. And for all you people watching out there, I appreciate each one of you. Remember, we're here with amazing people that connect. And until next time, have a great life. We'll talk to you soon.